Okay, so this is inside the wheel well. You can see my radiator. Okay, there's like a wire right here. Goes all the way down the radiator. It goes up to here. This is your sensor. This is the one that's going to tell your fan when to turn on and when to turn off. Okay, it's all the way up here. It's right here, and it plugs into right here. Not too sure if you can see that, if I can focus on that or not. Right there. So that's what I got to figure out. Which one is good, which one is not. So I found a sensor online, eBay, for Polaris. It wasn't that much, $14. But I'd like to avoid having to take that thing out because I got to drain this. That means I got to drain it a whole bit. It's a pain in the butt to drain these things because they get airlocked. And anyway, if you own one of Polaris, you know what I'm talking about. But well, I guess the first thing first is that let's try the jumping the fan, see if it works. Bring it up a little bit closer here. So that's from the that's direct to the fan. This is the one I jumped. That works fine. And this is where it plugs in to this one here. Now this one has got dual purpose. It's got a wire going to the for power, so it can power up the fan. It's also got another wire that's going to that sensor that I showed you there in the bottom of the radiator. So I just got to figure out which wire is the power. So it looks like the orange and black goes to that switch right here, the connector, and that connector is for the for that sensor in the radiator. So that's good. Figured that one out. There should be another one. Another orange one here that comes out of the sensor. Not too sure where that one goes. I get a feeling I'm gonna have to cut some zap straps here so I can pull the wiring out a little bit more to see better. Okay, so I got the pouch opened up, and this is what it looks like. It's like a little breaker. It's like a breaker, I guess. Apparently you can get these in an automotive store, and they'll do the same. So if you go to the dealership, Polaris, mine's a Polaris, apparently I'll call it, charge you an arm and a leg. Apparently it's really cheap if you go to a, they sell car parts. Get one of these. So I'm assuming this is the one, and the reason why I'm assuming that is, let's see if I can get some light here for you guys to be able to see. Okay, so here's my fan, right? Here's a plug that powers the fan right here. Now, if I can get this out of the way. Okay, so this also hooks up to this connector. Let's see, right down here. Anyway, that one connects to my sensor on my radiator. So it has to get the signal from that sensor to start the fan. So how does it do that? It has to get power. So it has to run power. So if you look at the wiring from the sensor, there's an orange wire, and it goes up to here. It plugs into your fan. Okay, that has to be power. The other wire that's on that connector right here, those are grounds. So now that's power going to this, and it powers the fan. But now this has got to get power from somewhere. It's from the battery or whatnot. So there's a red wire that comes out of the plug for the sensor, and that red wire goes to this right here, this breaker. So I'm hoping that's the problem, that this jumped. Why? I don't know. But power would come from here. So power would come from here into this breaker. So in here, down into this plug connector right here, which goes to your sensor on your radiator. And when the sensor reaches a certain temperature, it, I guess, closes the contact and sends electricity to this plug right here, which is plugged to the fan. Make sense? If I got this wrong, guys, let me know. I'm guessing here, right? So hopefully it's an educated guess, but it's a guess nonetheless. So I'm going to take this off, do some research. Oh yeah, by the way, those pouches here, they're a bugger to get off. Not that friggin' easy. Here's what's left of mine. Pretty thick. I have to cut it with, believe it or not, with little snips. Be careful not to cut the your wire, but yeah, holy man, it wasn't that easy. So what am I going to do to waterproof this or whatnot? I'm not too sure. I might just put electrical tape. I've been on this forum. They say that's what they do. They never had an issue. I know you can get this thing. It's like a liquid black tape. You kind of paint it on, it dries, and it seals it. I might try that. But looking at this here, I'm noticing this side here. I'm not too sure if you can see it, but let's take it off. See if I can take it off here. Let me put you down and take it off and show you in a sec here. Yeah. Okay, I just unplugged it, and nice and clean. Sometimes you see corrosion on them, right? Let's check the other side. Well, this one here is full of white powder, like as if it had a bad connection. So, not too sure here. Yeah, look, this here. So, but anyway, I'm not gonna move. I don't know how to test these. I don't know how to check these if they're good or not. I have to look it up online. Try to test it. See if it works. If I can't figure out how to test it, I'm just going to go out and buy a new one. I mean, the convenience, if it's a cheap part, you know, 15, 20 bucks, forget it. I'm just going to buy a new one, put it in there, and hopefully it does a trick. If that doesn't do the trick, then it's going to be the sensor on my radiator. So, but anyway, that's it for now. Won't have any more to show here until I change that sensor or the that breaker.